Fine. So today what we are going to study, welcome to Amya Group. Today what we are going to study is chemical reaction and equation. The first class for this chapter we are going to start now. Now, first important information, children, what is a chemical reaction? What is a chemical equation? Can anyone wants to answer what is a chemical reaction? Have you ever seen a reaction? Class 9th, you have studied somewhat about physics. Yes, change in composition. Very good, Ajay. You have given an answer that is change in composition. But is it the only one part of a reaction? But is it the only one part of a reaction, or it is the complete reaction you are talking about? Think about it and say, you all can type and say the answer. Fine. So Ushmani is telling, okay, Annie is telling change is irreversible. Very good, beta. Annie, it is a very good answer that the reaction in which change is irreversible. But beta, some reactions are there where change is reversible also. So your point I am taking that in a chemical reaction, the changes are irreversible. Very good. Well done, beta. So what is a chemical change? When you can see a chemical change, what is a reaction is about? What a reaction. What is a reaction? So when your mother is telling, I'm going to give you a cup of tea, any reaction is there in the formation of cup of tea? Tell me, think and say. If I'm telling I'm going to make a cup of tea for you, what is that is about? Is this about a chemical change or a physical change? I'm taking milk, I'm taking tea leaves, I'm taking sugar, and I'm what you call, I'm boiling it, and then I'm making a cup of tea. What type of change it is? Is it a physical change or a chemical change? Yes, Ajay, it's true. It's a chemical change. Very good, beta. Well done. It's a chemical change. Fine. So now we are going to see, very good, Kavya. You are saying it's a chemical change. Yes. So every day in your day-to-day life, you are seeing different type of reactions. Okay. Different type. Cooking food is a type of chemical equation. It is a type of reaction. An equation is there. And there, when after cooking, a product is formed. Fine. So all these things, what you see in your day-to-day life, like when you are making a glass of lemonade, then what is that? Is it a chemical change or a physical change? Tell me. Everyone, you can answer. Yes, Arif, it's a chemical change. Kavya, chemical change. Okay, if you will type your name, Saran, it's a chemical change. Awesome, very good. You all are answering very good. Janani, it's a chemical change. Super. So that means what? You have understood. I am giving you a page and I'm telling you that tear it to many pieces. If I'll tell you that, you can, Hemlata answer is correct, beta, chemical change. So if I'm giving you a piece of page and I'm telling you that tear it to many pages, tear it, and whatever pages, how many pieces you can take, do it, you do it. Then what type of change it is? Quickly tell me, what type of change it is? It is a physical change or a chemical change? Physical. Super. Very good. Himlata, Kavya, everyone, Dharni, Akshaya, Arif, everyone is telling it's a physical change. So that means you are understanding a very important thing, that is there are two different type of changes. Yani super beta, it's a physical change. Saran also said it's a physical change. Super beta. God bless you all. So that means what? Your concepts are very good. And I think I have to only brush up your concepts and you are going to do very good. Now, we will go to chapter and we will study some very important concepts. Okay. Now, first thing is there that there are two type of changes. One change which is called as a physical change, one change which is called as a chemical change. So definitely in a chemical change, there is some reactions. Now, for beginning, we will say that, okay, physical and chemical, two type of changes are there. Now we will learn about how these changes are exactly proceeded. Now we will take a magnesium ribbon. Now, anyone knows about magnesium ribbon? What is magnesium is beta? What is magnesium? Very good, Jenny. Annie is telling it's an element. Very good. Beta, when we will be getting a magnesium ribbon, first work we have to do is before burning a magnesium ribbon. So what we are going to do is, we imagine we all are together and we are burning a piece of magnesium ribbon. Fine. So magnesium is an element. And when we will burn magnesium in presence of air, it will form magnesium oxide. What it will form? Magnesium oxide. So will you repeat what we are going to form? Magnesium oxide. What we are going to form? Can you type and send? Very good, Janani.
Magnesium
we
oxide.
are going to form magnesium oxide. Akshaya, MgO. Very good. That's the chemical one you have written. Very good. Smart move. So magnesium ribbon, what we are doing is magnesium oxide, Kavya is telling, super bitter. So when magnesium ribbon we are taking, magnesium ribbon, first we are cleaning it with sandpaper. Okay, why we are cleaning it with sandpaper? Okay, there are two Kavyas here. One is S Kavya, one is V Kavya. Next time I'll call both their names, S Kavya and V Kavya. Both have written the answer, magnesium oxide, magnesium oxide. Very good, beta. So magnesium ribbon, we are cleaning the magnesium ribbon before going for combustion. Combustion means burning it in presence of air. Okay, burning it with presence of air. Can anybody tell me why we do so? The answer is there. But I want you to answer me why we are burning the magnesium ribbon in air. Sorry, before burning the crackers, that burning will be coming as crackers bitter, but why we are cleaning the magnesium ribbon with a sandpaper? I got mixed up with the content. Okay, so I'm repeating my question. I'm taking a magnesium ribbon before going for reaction. What I'm doing is I'm to avoid rust. Okay, very near, Saran, just somewhat more is needed there. Think about it. Think about it, beta. Why we are exactly cleaning it with sandpaper before reaction? Anyone? So Saran has given an answer to avoid rust. Anyone else want to answer? To remove impurities. Very near to it, beta. Very good. God bless you. Very good. Very good. You are going very near to it. Now think bit more. Bit. Yes, something is needed here. See, look here, beta. Magnesium is an element. Okay. Think it this way. Okay. So magnesium is a ribbon. Magnesium is an element, and this will to avoid impurities, to remove the layer of oxide. Akshaya, super. Then formation of oxide do not support combustion. Now you are very near to it. Very good. So beta, what is happening is the magnesium ribbon will have a coating of, when it is exactly exposed to air, it will have a coating of magnesium oxide or magnesium carbonate. Then what we have to do? We will take a sandpaper, we will clean that coating from the magnesium ribbon, so that when we will start combustion, it will burn completely and it will burn with a dazzling light. Understood? Very good. So now we are going to read. First, we have understood the concept. Now we are going to start. When magnesium ribbon is exposed to air, it forms a layer of magnesium oxide on its surface. This layer of magnesium oxide brings a stable compound which prevents further reaction of magnesium with oxygen. Hence, it should be cleaned before burning in air to remove this layer, so that the metal can be exposed to air properly. So all of you, what Saran has given the answer, what Akshay has given the answer, it's very, very good and to the point. Very good. So that's why we are using sandpaper to clean that. So it should be cleaned before burning in air to remove this layer, so that the metal can be exposed to air properly. Okay. So now let us see the reaction. So see, magnesium ribbon, it is burning. It is exactly burning with that crackling, dazzling light, and some sound will also be there. So one more question is there. I want to see who can answer this first. Why I should wear a glass. In lab, I should wear a glass at the time when magnesium ribbon will burn. Why I should wear a glass? Without wearing a glass, I should not sparkles. Akshaya, very good. Jenny, eyes may damage. Janani, very near to it. Go. Explore yourself, because beta, study. Science is not for mugging up. It is for exploring. It is for knowing, beta. Ajay, the oxide could damage the eyes. Not directly oxides can damage the eye. Think more about it. Think slightly more concept is needed here. I think Akshaya has given better point. It will damage eyes. Tawfiq, very good Tawfiq. Madhumita, to avoid damage in eyes due to sparkles. Very good, Madhumita. Bang on. V Kavya, voice is breaking. Children, my voice is breaking. Am I not audible to you? Am I audible? Fine. Understood this concept, beta? Okay, Sri Vatsani is telling we should wear glasses because without wearing glasses, the sparkles will damage our eyes. Very good. Very good. Well done. Today means first day. You are performing like rock stars today. Super. So that's why we should wear. So whatever points are there at the time of teaching itself, we should clear the points. So two things, sandpaper and glasses, two important points. Okay. So burning of magnesium ribbon experiment, we should keep a china dish so that when this ribbon will burn, it will produce a white powder. What is the color of magnesium oxide? Can anybody tell me after seeing the screen, what is the color of magnesium? Very good, Arif. The color of magnesium oxide is white. Very good. Annie, Saran, Kavi, Kavya, white. So by seeing the equation itself, we can say. Now, next reaction I want to go, because before starting, I want you all to understand what is a chemical equation and how we can understand it in a more better way. Okay. So next is the color change of silver anklet. I hope everyone is knowing what is an anklet. So this is a silver anklet. Fine. Now, very good, Jenny. It's an anklet, understood about. So here, what is exactly given is we want to know that when we buy the silver anklet, it is exactly having silver color, but a continuous use of it, so the color will exactly fade up. It will become a bit blackish. Can anybody tell me why this silver anklet will have a blackish coating on it? What is the reason? Oxidation of silver. Okay, Ajay is telling oxidation. Arif is telling rust. Akshaya, reaction of oxygen. Very good. Beta, you just Galaxy M11, you just write your name so that I can call your name, beta, next time. Dharani is telling about rust. Okay, I can understand, beta. You are talking about exactly rust. Next. Shri Vatsani, rusting of silver anklet. Very good, beta. But now we will go to the content. Now here what is written, that look at the new silver anklet of your mother or sister. Note the color of the anklet. Definitely the color of the anklet will be, okay. Saran is telling displacement of silver and hydrogen. Smart move, Saran. Very good. So where others are thinking about oxygen, Saran has seen the equation and answered it. Very strong effort, Saran. Very good. So note the color of the anklet. So first we know that color of the anklet will be silver, but when we will continuously use it, what will happen? It will be changed. The color of anklet will be changed. Observe the color of an old anklet. What will be there? It will not be that much silver. It will be dull. It will be slightly blackish. Okay. So what change do you observe? What change do you observe? The fourth question you see. Color change. Very good. Akshay is telling it is exactly going to get converted into black color. Chemical change is there. So observation is So I want you, why I'm discussing this much thoroughly, because when answers will be there, I want you to write the bang on answer. CBSE, when this answers will go, the teacher should not be able, they will be unable to cut your single mark. I want that type of level of teaching. Okay. So when we use anklet regularly, we notice that after some time, the lustrous white color of silver anklet slowly changes into slightly black color. That is, silver anklet has got tarnished. Okay. Now, why this? The conclusion is the change of color of anklet is due to formation of silver sulfide, Ag2S. So I want all of you to focus is this point. Silver sulfide, formation of silver sulfide. Again and again, I'm telling, all the reactions, all the equations, you must be knowing to the point, not a single point here and there. Okay. So when silver will react with hydrogen sulfide, so from where hydrogen sulfide will come? Hydrogen sulfide will come from the atmosphere, from air, and this will react to silver. And what it will form? Here we are not talking about oxygen. See, those who have given oxygen, H2S, air beta. Any understood? From air only. Okay, air. See, sometimes what happens na beta, the base, the soap what we are using, the chemicals what we are using in day-to-day life na, that to create a coating on silver surface. Okay. So what happened from air? You see in the equation above the arrow, air is written. In the presence of air, this hydrogen sulfide gas will react to silver, and what it will form? It will form silver sulfide. It is a type of coating on the anklet that will be blackish. Okay. And hydrogen gas will be released after this. So is this a type of chemical change? Quickly tell me. Beta, there are different things, reactions are there. You have to understand silver react more with what? So there is a reactivity series. In the reactivity series, beta, Akshay, you have asked a very important question. And the question what Akshay has asked, if it can react with sulfide, why can't it react with, listen to me, why can't it react with oxygen? Beta, it totally depends upon the reactivity series, which one is more capable of reacting. Okay. So here, silver will also react with oxygen to form silver oxide. Fine. Okay. Now, is the voice okay? Check it. Is the voice okay? Am I audible now? Okay, beta. Should I proceed now? Should I proceed? Fine, beta. So, exactly whatever chemicals are there, air gases are there, they react and they form, and that is exactly the coating. Fine. And there are different procedures of cleaning it, which I will not say you right now. The more we will go through the chapter, we will understand it more nicely. Fine. So now we will go for a very simple reaction, which is exactly lead nitrate and potassium iodide reaction. It is again a type of change. It is a different type of change. Fine. So we will see this reaction and we'll try to understand. What you have to do today is, after the class, once you will be getting these notes to prepare and to write, you have to exactly remember these things, some certain points which I'm telling you, like PPT formation, reactivity series I talked about. These points should be there in your mind, so that whenever, anywhere in competition or in school or in CBSE, wherever they will ask these questions, you should be capable of answering all the questions. Okay, Akshaya, very good, beta. So first day itself, many children has exactly created a very good impression. Super. So let's go back to the content then. So first what we are going to understand is, we will take two beakers, beaker number 1 and beaker number 2. Okay. In first beaker, what I'm going to do is, I will put lead nitrate, that is PbNO3 twice. Okay. Another, I will keep potassium iodide. Okay. So what I took two different chemicals. Remember, lead nitrate and potassium iodide. Lead nitrate, potassium iodide. Lead nitrate chemical equation I have written, potassium iodide, that is Ki. Fine. And I have taken in one beaker or two beakers or test tube. Take it in a beaker or take it in a test tube. In beaker, you have to take more. In test tube, you have to take less. Okay, very good. I have taken two test tubes here. Fine. Now, what I did is I kept it in two separate test tubes. Now, see what is the procedure they are talking about. Take lead nitrate solution in a beaker. Okay. Take potassium iodide solution in a test tube, because one I am going to mix on other. That's why you can take it in beaker and test tube. Fine. Now both solutions are colorless. Mark this point. Both solutions are colorless. What to put emphasis on? Both the solutions are colorless. Both the solutions are colorless. Which two solutions are colorless? Which two solutions are colorless? Potassium iodide and lead nitrate. Both are colorless. Very good. So what I will do is I will mix one with the other. Okay. So what I will do, I will add potassium iodide slowly to lead nitrate. Okay. Potassium iodide I am going to add. So I am going to add this potassium iodide in lead nitrate. They too are initially colorless. Now, once I started mixing one with the other, what change I am going to observe? What change I will be exactly getting? What change I am going to get? Very good. Aha, PPT, very good. You're going to the point, PPT formation. So, beta, I told yellow PPT, very good. So, PPT formation is there, and that is a deep yellow precipitate. Akshaya, very good. All the chemical reaction, it is a chemical reaction. Akshaya, Janani, Arif, all of you are correct. And with chemical reaction, what is happening? In the chemical reaction, how I will come to know that there is a chemical reaction? Once one chemical is getting added to the other, that is potassium iodide solution is slowly added to lead nitrate. What it will do? It will exactly change its color and a yellow PPT will be formed. What PPT will be formed? A yellow PPT. So this reaction is exactly teaching you two things. First is change in color and formation of precipitate. We Kavya, Jenny, very good. Kavya is telling change in color, formation of PPT. So if someone will say how to know a chemical reaction occur, then you can give this example that, okay, I'm going to take two test tubes. In that I will keep potassium iodide and potassium and lead nitrate. And I'll add potassium iodide in lead nitrate slowly. And I will see we will see there is a change in color. Initially, both are colorless. Now, we are seeing that on mixing them together, we are seeing a yellow PPT is obtained. What is obtained? Yellow PPT is obtained. That is exactly teaching me that a reaction occurred. What is it teaching us? That a reaction occurred. Okay. So if we mix lead nitrate solution into potassium iodide solution, we are observing a yellow solid PPT formation. So this is exactly the reaction and this is exactly the equation of the reaction. So I hope my children understood this. Understood? Very good, Ajay. And the best part is that, beta, these notes will be there. Once the class will be over, these notes and the video, both will be going to your group. Directly both will go to your group, and then you will be able to see it again and again and learn it. Okay, Dharni? So if now sound is not audible or something will be there, once you will see the video one more time in YouTube, you will be able to learn it, that these are the things auntie taught today. Fine. So now we will see the next reaction, beta. Here, this is a very simple reaction. In Tamil, you know what is sunamb? Sunamb. I think I'm telling the correct one only, sunamb. If anyone knows about sunamb.
Yes, ma'am.
Madhumita is writing lime. Super, beta. Okay, Janani, everyone is telling Ajay, they're telling us, yes, they know something. Madhumita, yes, ma'am, it is, they are knowing what is sunamb. Fine. So what is the procedure of it? What we are going to do here is, we will take a beaker. Inside the beaker, we will take calcium oxide. Calcium oxide. Okay, that is exactly called as quicklime. What is the other name of calcium oxide? Quicklime. This is 1 mark CBSE question. So this reaction is very, 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 very important to you. Every year I'm seeing the children, they are exactly facing difficulty. So now itself finish it better. What is the procedure in this reaction? We have to take a beaker, we have to add calcium oxide, and then we will add water slowly to it. When we will start adding water into it, we will see that some bubbles will be coming out. And then we will, with a glass rod, we will slowly stir it. Okay, mix it. And then again, we will add water in it. Again, we will mix it. Okay. And after that, we will touch the bottom region of the beaker. Can you see the hand there? They are touching the bottom region of the beaker. Okay. So why they are doing it? They want to check that, yes, it's a type of exothermic reaction. What is a type of exothermic reaction, beta? A reaction in which heat is liberated. Heat is liberated is called as exothermic reaction. Very good. Or heat is released is called as exothermic reaction. Ajay, well done. Fine. So now you see what is the observation given. We observe that calcium oxide react with water to produce slacked lime. So this calcium hydroxide, other name is slacked lime. What is the other name of calcium hydroxide? Slacked lime, and heat will be released. It's a biggest or good example of exothermic reaction. Fine. So now we have understood with this examples that chemical reaction, very good beta, exothermic. Jen is telling exothermic. Fine. So now we have understood that definitely chemical reaction is exactly proceeded in day-to-day life. It is happening. Fine. Now, what is there in a chemical reaction? So now we are going to understand what is there in a chemical reaction. So we will see it in much details. Okay, fine. So now there are some of common observations in a chemical reaction. What are the observations? From the activities we have discussed, it is clear that chemical reaction will bring about a permanent change resulting in the formation of new product. So definitely the substance taking part in the reaction is called as reactant, and the substance or the resultant produced is called as product. What the resultant produced is called as? It is called as product. Very good. So beta, can you tell me which one is reactant here? Calcium oxide is reactant or calcium hydroxide is reactant? Quickly tell me. Calcium oxide is reactant. Well done, Akshaya. Very good. And calcium hydroxide? Very good, Arif. Calcium oxide is reactant. Akshaya is telling calcium hydroxide is product. Very good. Calcium hydroxide is product. Calcium hydroxide is product. Okay. Calcium hydroxide. Okay. Everyone is giving the answer. Kavya is also telling it is product. And Galaxy M11, you have to type your name, beta, from next class. Just give your name so that I can call out your name. Fine. So now we are going to go towards, that means what? Which side is the reactant side? Which side is the product side? So now we can say which side is the reactant side? This side is the reactant side and this side is the product side. Fine. So Very good. So I'm not talking about LHS and RHS right now. I'm just telling so that roughly, if you don't know about LHS, RHS also, left side and right side, if you will take, very good, Arif, you will be able to understand. Super. So now characteristics of chemical change. What we have learned in this characteristics, first important characteristics is change in color. First one is change in color. Second one is PPT formation. Second one is what? Formation of PPT. That is precipitate. So what is a precipitate? See, a precipitate is a solid substance formed on mixing two solutions. So this is the definition of precipitate, children. You have to remember this. You have to note down. Each of the class notes should have to be there in your note. Okay. Don't miss a single one. So definitely we have learned there is a chemical change, there is a formation of PPT. Next, what is there is physical state and what you call the physical state also changes. Physical state means in some reactions when two solids are reacting, it can give us liquid. Okay, two gases can react, it can give a liquid like hydrogen and oxygen. When they react, they give water, which is a liquid. So change in state is there. Okay, then change in temperature. We have seen the last equation, their change in temperature was there. The reaction was exothermic. So some reactions are exothermic, some reactions are endothermic. So these characteristics and some reactions, gases are what you call evolved. We have seen the reaction Anklet 1. Anklet 1, you remember in that you have seen that hydrogen gas was released. So release of gas, change in temperature, all things are there. So we are going to keep it till here. I'm going to stop the recording and you have to write everything in your note. So did you like the class today? Understood anything? Fine. Hello. Yes.